Good evening, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am Guy. I'm coming to you live from Applewood Station, where it is 13 degrees Celsius and raining. It is kind of rainy out there. So I'm running a little bit here, a little behind. Anyway, kind of doing what am I doing tonight? What am I doing? What are we doing? So, yeah, I'm kind of poking around, going, well, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Does anybody even know? No. Nobody even knows. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, well. What's up with you guys out there? So, how are things going in your worlds out there? Anybody out there on the other side of this? You're, here I am being me. Yep. I'm kind of looking around at things and going, well, kind of poking around, looking at things and going, well, I don't even know what I'm doing tonight. I really don't. It is a lovely evening with a lot of lovely rain outside. I keep poking around and I'm like, all I really want to do tonight is sort stuff, apparently. Which, that's not a problem, I guess. I guess I can kind of do that. You guys can join me on this sorting business. It's very sorted, you see. I will sort through stuff, I guess. View extra large. Let's look at things extra large and see what we got here. So, hoping people are out there. We have logical fallacies because I seem to have come up with a couple of these. I feel like I should have him. There. Should be a folder called logical fallacies for all the logical fallacies that I constantly shooting down. I'll move things to my logical fallacies directory. There we go. Hope everybody's still doing good. We need music. We could use music. There we go. It's raining levelly. So, yeah. Here we all are being. Yeah, I may have to stand for much longer. And here we are, 10 minutes, 16 minutes in. I'm still kind of trying to figure out how I'm doing these things, or what I'm doing, or how I'm doing it, when, where. Hey, Corrupted, how you doing, man? What's up out there? What's going on in your part of the world? I am apparently tonight deciding to just sort things for reasons. I don't even really have a reason for it. So, doing all right. How are you out there? Right now, I am sorting things. However, I'm going to start working on um, doing. I'm going to be working on mapping something here in a second. I actually probably might as well stop sorting things and start mapping things. Probably better for me anyway. So I'll start loading up my software, which takes some time. What are you working on tonight, Corrupted? I appreciate it. Yeah, I was running Premiere for a while there, but then I was like, well, I don't really have anything to work in Premiere on either. I was just poking around and seeing what I could do with stuff. but now I'm kind of like, eh. You're working on trying to sleep. Oh man, I feel that in my bones. Ugh. It's lovely and rainy outside. If you were here in Denver, you could definitely get in on the sleep train here, you know. Oof. Boy, it's taking a while to do stuff. We are cranky, is what we are. Oh, well, I mean, I get less cool as the summer goes along. Oh, I should also probably mention that I am a dad, and so I tell dad jokes. I apologize in advance. It's sort of a sorry, not sorry moment. You seem like a cool person too. We can hang out. All right, let's get to work. We can only screw around for so long. First thing we're going to have to do is fix a problem that we had yesterday with this joint. So we're going to fix it first. So select in object mode, select the primary hull. Then we have to go in here. I have to figure out how I'm going to fix this. Ugh. And then we're going to hate our life choices, because that's also critical. Dad jokes are fundamental. What you guys don't know is we are required by law to tell dad jokes. When you guys are born, we have to sign a contract that says that we will tell these dad jokes. So I just don't, I'm trying not to run afoul of the law. That's all. All right. The primary joint that we're dealing with is trying to put this into this place right here, which means I'm going to have to lower this down into that box there. All right, we'll put this back up so that it's clear of these legs. The legs are bigger than I expected them to be. And so this core joint piece needs to be, well, didn't realize I didn't have any vertice there at all. It's all right. Who's supporting this? Nobody. All right. Yeah, that's the thing. We can do that though. And I can. Oh, that one's good. Actually, I like that one. Oh yeah. I like that one. You and I could be friends. That one's good. It's kind of like elf and a human walk into a bar. The dwarf goes right under it. I mean, yeah, no. Nothing like adding a little D&D jokes while we're out there. I like that one though. All right. The other thing is I need to make sure that I don't have weird. I probably have weird. Oh yeah, I definitely have weird. Gosh, got a lot of weird. A lot more weird than I thought I had in here. So when we mirrored this at some point in time, and when you mirror things, sometimes you get internal faces. These are faces that are inside the mesh. I don't actually want these internal faces in the mesh because it just adds complexity to the mesh that we don't really need. There we go. So this also helps because the legs right now, the problem we're running into is when folded up, the legs are inside this section and we need to uninside it. You see, we got a little bit of the legs there and stuff like that. So if I go in here and do this, I can actually pull up the, so this is the A15, well, it's an interceptor, but for the most part, it's being used in my comic as a rescue vessel. It's out on rescue missions, at least in the story that I'm writing. So we've got to fix it up and get it ready for its moment in the sun. So I draw a comic called Bellatrix Rising, and it is a space opera. And as a comic artist, one of the things I started doing a long time ago, and when I say a long time ago, I mean a long time ago, is I appreciate that. Is I when I started making comics, I started adding 3D models to the background of my comics. And hopefully you're following G.S. Davis art, by the way. If you're following Kayan, that's also fine. But Kayan's my buddy. He's my partner. Quack is like a number of artists. But if you're out on like Instagram and stuff like that, you probably want to follow G.S. Davis art, because that's me. Kayan's also a great artist. And he will be here somewhere online. Anyway, so in Bellatrix Rising, when I started doing comics in the 90s. And when I did, I was doing these comics, and they take a long time to draw comics, and I don't have the attention span for that. I'm a neurodivergent, and that means that with attention deficit, you have a deficit of attention, as in you space out things. It makes it difficult to finish these projects. So I did all kinds of things. Anything I could do to make the time shorter so I could get through to the end of the comic before I lost focus on it. And now I'm a little older. I'm better at it. I didn't know what I was suffering from back then and things like that. Oh, there you go. Sweet. So anyway, I was making comics, and one of the shortcuts I discovered was I could make 3D backgrounds and have the backgrounds be rendered in 3D, and then just only have to draw the characters. And that really cut my time down. But I didn't like the fact that I was borrowing backgrounds from people. I didn't like that. I didn't, borrowing models from people. That didn't feel like it was my work. So I taught myself how to model so that I could start putting the things that I saw in my head down on I guess down in digital. But this became sort of my ongoing thing. And so I've got kind of this going on here, which is, as you might imagine, is kind of this spaceship, space opera thing. It started because I'm a Star Trek fan. You can see above me quite a few starships. I'll actually switch back to my main monitor so you can see what I'm talking about. I've got various versions of Star Trek starships. I'm a very Star Trek fan. Big Star Trek fan. Call myself a Trekkie. And the first real long comic that I made was called Tamerlane. And it was a comic about a Star Trek starship. It was just like, what would happen if we weren't following the Enterprise? I mean, there's got to be other people out there doing stuff, right? So I made this ship with this captain and this crew, and none of it was anything in Star Trek except the universe. And somewhere my dad was like, bro, you can't do that. You'll never be able to sell those. Why don't you just change the uniforms and the ships? I was like, oh, okay, we'll do that. So I changed the uniforms and the ships. Here we are. But back to the 3D. When I was doing the 3D work, I would keep downloading all of these models of ships, because Trekkies have been building models forever. And see you later. I'll be here. So back to where we were. I usually stream at the same time every day, typically. Although I'm a little late today. I'm on vacation. Kind of messing around because I'm on vacation. Do love this cockpit, though. That is such a nice cockpit. All right. It is now 10:05. I have done nothing of real use today. Although I did get to meet Corrupted, and that was cool. I like meeting people. So that was neat, but I'm feeling very non-pushed to finish this tonight. So I think I'm going to bow out early. I'll be back on tomorrow night. I hope you guys all enjoyed me. Thanks for joining Corrupted. I appreciate it. I hope to see you all again. I will be here at 9 a.m. tomorrow, hopefully, because I'm hoping I'll go to bed like a normal human. And so I will talk to you all later. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars.